You've just done a video of your family today. What was your experience?
I mean, I think the surprising part to me is not knowing what you're going to get out of it. You know, you spend your life with your family, but you have these moments where there are remembrances brought up that you don't recall, just don't know, or you heard shadowy parts of growing up, and it allows you to develop a new depth and appreciation for each other beyond what you might think you already have. And the beauty of it is you kind of take yourself out of the active, bustling world in which we live to actually spend time quietly talking with each other in a way that we just don't do that much as a society these days. So I don't know if you've kind of felt the same way.
I think it's things that, you know, we always want to do and, you know, think we will do. Okay, this Christmas, this New Year we will do, but to actually setting the time to actually sit down and do it. And having just dedicated time to only think about that, like you said, versus sitting at a meal where you know, something might change the topic. But just having the dedicated time where here's 2 hours, we're going to talk about our family and learn more about each other. So.
Yeah.
Miami, but I really wasn't too happy about it. It was another big city. And he said, you ought to take a look at Orlando. It's a nice, really nice little city. He says, I think you'd like it. So in the 2 weeks, your mother had an Uncle Mac who knew some Jewish people down there. One was in the Chamber of Commerce, and one head of the Jewish community was a lawyer. And so I called Eastern and had the ticket changed to Orlando, New York, Orlando, Miami, New York. And we flew.
So yeah, let's hear more about the, well, we covered the illicit affairs, so we can hear of the semi-illicit affairs of marriages that were not supposed to be allowed. So Dad left, goes to U.S. in 1959, and
Yeah.
we've heard some of these stories, but I'm curious to hear from your generation, because you were still in India when Dad decides to marry Mom.
I know Mom when I was here in '63.
Good morning, children. This is Aunt Raya, and I'm going to show you how to make a very favorite dessert of mine. If you like bananas, and most of you do or will, you will see how to do this, and it's very simple, but you have to have your mom or your dad with you because you need to use a knife. Okay? We're going to cut the banana, cut the end off like that, and cut the other end off.
Tell a lot of people a lot of things. Discretion. Don't tell you, like you used to telling us because you were younger, but now you're bar mitzvah. You don't tell us. He told us. We don't tell on you. Okay. Everything is good.
Mutual understanding, mutual love.
You don't get in trouble. We don't get in trouble. Life is good.
Parents love us. We love each other.
Right? Well,
picture yourself here.
I'd like to turn it over to someone who's made a huge impact on not just my life, but my family's life.
Chaim Jason, Donald. Chaim Jacob. So I just wanted to say that for me to be here tonight for Jacob's bar mitzvahs, I can't describe the feelings. I'm going to tell you a little bit the story that he didn't tell Adiz Dana, how we really met. We moved to Alpharetta in August of 1998, and we knew practically no one. Rabbi Nu gave us a parachute, and he said, "Hasta la vista, we'll see you." And this was still in the good days. Yeah, this wasn't the kind of parachute.
I was born Rita Adler, 1930, February 27th. We lived in Irvington, New Jersey, but I was born in Beth Israel Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Uncle Morty was then 13 years older than I, so when I was born, he was 13. It's as simple as that. I was very close to my grandmother and grandfather, my uncle's mother and father.
You know, for me, I think that Grandma Sonny's My most cherished memory of Grandma Sonny was the summer that I spent with Grandma Sonny and Grandpa Woody when I had just finished space camp. Grandpa Sonny picked me up from Huntsville, Alabama, and drove me through to Atlanta, and spent 2 weeks with them there, and you know, that was a wonderful experience. I learned so much.
Okay, this is Sunday, February the 6th, 2011, and I'm here with Mom, Frances Hicks, and Logan Dunn, my son, her grandson, and me, Margaret Dunn. And Mother is going to show us a few pictures and tell us a few things that happened in her life. You want to tell about your first picture?
Yes. This is my mother, and she was Elizabeth Saunders Mangelberg. My father was Frank Mangelberg, but my father had passed away, so he's not in this picture. But this is Mother, Elizabeth Saunders Mangelberg, and this is me.
Hi kids. Okay, the next book is Good Night, Moon. Now this is by Margaret Wise Brown, and she's a very good author. And both Susan and Logan liked two of her books that we read all the time. Good Night, and I called it Mr. Moon. Good Night, Mr. Moon is one of them, but Runaway Bunny is the other one. And I don't have Runaway Bunny today, but I'll have it another time. But let's listen to Good Night, Mr. Moon. And I would say probably this was one of Susan's favorite. I read you one of Logan's favorite. I think Susan preferred this one over some others because she was a very active child. And this helped her go to sleep, because I want you to notice as I show you the pictures that it gets darker and darker by the end of the book. And that helps you go to sleep. Okay, let's get started. In the great...
Oh. Let's do it again. Oh, yay!
Oh, Alex, you hit my boot. Are you okay?
So it's Christmas 2010 at the Blankenship Casey household. We're going to share some family stories. We'll go around, introduce ourselves, starting with Miss Beth.
This is Nanny Beth. Hi, Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Mark Russell Blankenship. Come from Boston, and grandparents maternally came from Port Maitland, Nova Scotia, and the original Blankenships.
I mean, Saturday mornings were the best because if we woke up early, we got control of the single television in the house. That was, you know, I don't know about you, but I learned, especially in our house at 240, how to walk down the stairs so as not to creak. There was a pattern where you would go to extreme left, and then you would go to the extreme right. And then if you played your cards right, you'd wind up in the television room without a single soul stirring. And that meant complete control of cartoons until someone else woke up. And then...
Was I ever someone else, or...?
No, you joined in. Especially when, you know, the Smurfs came on.
Hi, Dave Savage brought his video services over to my house, and my son and I were able to interview my mother, telling her past stories, and we got to see a little bit of her personality coming through the video, which we will be able to pass on to his children and his children's children. And another video that Dave made for me is a video of me reading some of my children's favorite books to my grandchildren. And that will be on film now, and they will be able to see in their lifetime when I am no longer here. So I highly recommend it for others.
You just spent 2 hours videotaping your family, telling stories. What was your experience?
I think it was great. I mean, we have a blended family, and so a lot of times we hear stories about different things, but we weren't all there to experience it, nor even were all the children all there when all things came together. So I think the ability for my husband to tell his family story and for the kids to reflect on how it was to grow up, and then for us as a family as we've come together as a unit with married daughter-in-laws and children and myself, it was a wonderful tribute, and I hope we can add more chapters. I highly encourage everybody to try it. It's a lot of fun.